and chilling.
By the way, I don't want to eat anyone's thumbnails.
Thanks, Nick May, for that's super helpful. Can we just get the show going?
ComX net, is it ComX net AU or?
Are you ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your crumpets. It's season 2 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw, with your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, and the man they call Quick, plus Australia's most attractive artists and creators, many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Alright Dave, you can start drawing.
Yeah, if you can make sense of it, good luck.
Hey. Welcome to the show. Friday night's ComX Drink and Draw. Sizzle is out of action, so you have me, said the flea. Not I, said the fly. Next to me is the man they call Quick, Nick Cleary.
I'm the quick one. I'm really quick.
The ever-colourful Sheydin Dew is with us. Hello.
Hi.
Alexander Major, welcome.
Hello. And get
Chris
better,
Pitcairn.
Sizzle.
Have you had dinner yet?
Yes, I have.
Oh, son of a gun.
Oh, no.
And you'll never find out what it was.
I went and got my guitar especially, ready to sing our new theme. Haven't had you on the show since. Oh, well. Angie, welcome to the show. Have you had dinner yet?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. No game for me tonight. Pete, welcome.
Hello.
Dave Dye, hello, sir.
G'day, mate. How you going?
I'm going good. And this week's name is Nick May. Hello, sir.
Aloha, everyone.
Yeah. We are here tonight to drink. I'm having a root beer. Yeah, g'day, mate. There it is. And we're here to draw this lady here, KAMALA Khan, Ms. Marvel. Is anybody here watching the Disney Plus show?
Yeah, I'm all over it. I'm around it.
All right, give it to me quick. Give it to me from your film school perspective. What do you got?
It's about a girl who lives in New York City, and she has an interesting family history that's maybe giving her superpowers. That's all I got, really.
Anyone else can embellish?
Well, I did a quick Google image search. She wears a blue dress with a yellow stripe on it. So there you go.
A yellow stripe. It's like, yeah,
Not like
Superman
I know nothing
has
about
the
her.
red stripe on his, and Batman has the little black stripe. Everyone has their little stripe.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nice. Well done.
What about the comic books? Has anyone read the comics? I've read a whole bunch of KAMALA Khan in her solo title, but I enjoyed her most in the Champions. Has anyone read the Champions?
No.
Anybody?
I'm afraid.
No.
Hello.
Yeah, it looks like you're alone on this one.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
Champions is I wish I'd actually written down some notes, but I'm just flying off the dome. A young Cyclops teams with a young Nova, Viv, Vision's daughter, the immortal Hulk, Amadeus Cho, and I think that's everyone. And then their leader is KAMALA Khan, Ms. Marvel. And they tackle the problems that, I don't know, the big Avengers are too busy to deal with. And it's good times.
I have a question about Miss Marvel. Maybe you can answer. Is she a? Because as you guys, I only know what she looks like. I don't know anything else. But there used to be like a lot of years ago, there used to be an initiative with Marvel in India to come up with new Indian versions of Marvel characters. Does Miss Marvel come from that, or is it completely independent of that?
I believe it's completely independent. You're thinking of that time when they made the Spider-Man, the Indian Spider-Man character, and people like that. Yeah, no, she's a lot more recent than that. Created in 2013, first appeared in Captain Marvel alongside Carol Danvers. Written by G. Willow Wilson and drawn by Adrian Alfono, I want to say, marked the first time a Muslim character headlined a book for Marvel Comics. What else?
What? She's Muslim?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Hey, I've got an echo. What's that?
Yeah, I have an echo too.
Yeah. Go, Dave.
The girl the picture I reference I found, she's got blonde hair.
Yes, so that is Carol Danvers, who was the original Ms. Marvel. And so when Ms. Marvel got promoted to Captain Marvel, the Ms. Marvel title was up for grabs, and Kamala Khan, who was an avid fan of Carol Danvers, took up the mantle of Ms. Marvel. So you're not wrong in drawing and enjoying the Carol Danvers Ms. Marvel. It's just a different Ms. Marvel.
Who's choosing the ranking? Who's making the scorecard for these superheroes?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it the same people that decided that? I guess Captain America. Well, here you go. Carol was a Air Force pilot, so she was. Perhaps she was actually a captain. I'm not sure. And finally decided, you know what? I'm sick of these fools calling me Ms. I'm going to put the captain right up front. I believe in storyline, so she got her powers the same way the original Marvel, Captain Marvel. If I'm butchering this, we're going to get roasted in the comments.
Yeah.
She got her powers the same way the original Captain Marvel, Marvel, got his powers. And when he died, it was a big deal for her. And I think there was talk of her taking the Captain Marvel mantle, but she was big shoes to fill, didn't want to do it at first. Maybe finally came around to it. Hey, Dan.
G'day, Dan. How you going, mate?
Does anyone else have any favorite sort of characters taking up the mantle of someone else type things? Like for me, it's when Dick Grayson became Batman, when Bruce Wayne was
That was
dead.
definitely my first exposure to it.
No, I don't know much about that stuff, mate.
I'm trying to think of something, but I'd say maybe when when Billy West took over Mel Blanc from Bugs Bunny.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that was enormous shoes to fill, and I think Billy West did a admirable job of filling those shoes.
So that's more. I'm talking more in world, like if Daffy Duck strapped on some ears and said, "I'm Bugs Bunny."
Well, there's Hawkeye. Because, young. What's her name? Kate Bishop took over the mantle of Hawkeye.
Yep.
Young Avengers. I know those. I have read them. That's all I've got off the top of my head.
Well, when you said Hawkeye, then I thought you were talking about MASH. And they did have a number of new actors come in and take over that role of his offsider. Yeah,
Well, I'll tell you what. No, that changed from Trapper John to somebody
they were
else.
a different character, weren't they? That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I remember
Well,
when
Rob, I
Radar.
can give you an example of a bad one.
Sorry,
bad
Alex,
replacement. Sorry, just a bad one was like that pissed me off was the red kit from Knight Rider. They tried to relaunch Knight Rider. They replaced the black car with some random red car, and I wasn't impressed. Like David Hasselhoff is not enough for me to, keep that show going.
How did you feel, Alex, when in Transformers the Bumblebee became a Mustang instead of a Volkswagen?
Well, I have scars. No, I'm joking. I don't. I have emotional scars and PTSD. No, I did not like that at all. I was like, that's not Bumblebee. Bumblebee is not Ford. Bumblebee is Volkswagen. And
right.
So yeah, no, I was not pleased. It was a sad day. I watched. It was a shame because everything else about that movie when I first watched it, I liked it. I didn't mind the redesigns of the robots, which were like over designed, but I think once there was like a helicopter that went down, and then he transformed, and they used the same sound from the cartoons. I was like, I'm in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm a sucker for
G'day, Dave.
characters taking up the mantle of someone else. One of my favorites being X-23 Laura Kinney taking over as Wolverine. Of course, Jane Foster taking over as Thor, which spoiler alert.
Actually, Spedgy, what do you mean by you're a sucker? Does that mean you like it or you don't like it?
Yeah, I like it. I'm a sucker for it. I'm in the bag, and other sayings that don't make a lot of sense.
Right.
There you go. Yeah.
Right. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and then funnily enough, in that same team, the champions, there was the totally awesome Hulk, Amadeus Cho, taken over as the Hulk, because the Hulk had become the immortal Hulk and gone off the deep end, as he is wont to do.
Yeah, he was. Even I know that.
Going a bit more indie, Grendel, the Grendel books. Lots of people take over the Grendel mask, starting with Hunter Rose, going all the way into year 3000. You've got robots, vampires, all sorts of people have been Grendel.
Yeah,
Tell me about Grendel, Pete. I don't know much about Grendel because I'm doing Grendel's story, and it doesn't sound like what I'm doing.
It was taken from the Beowulf story. That's why he took up the name Grendel, if that's what you're thinking of.
Yep.
And it's sort of this dude, he's born, he's just good at everything. He's kind of a weird prodigy. Some people talk up to him being possessed by a demon. Some people think he's like a Batman, kind of just a freak of nature.
All right.
And he decides, well, I'm this good at everything, I'll start dabbling in crime. So he takes over the mafia, the gang, starts getting violent. He crosses over with Batman at one point and gets his arm broke. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
and that's the initial one, Hunter Rose. And there's lots of weird stories that sort of are loosely connected through this persona of Grendel.
All right.
But Matt Wagner created him, so it's always a good story.
G'day, Kerry.
Tell us about your Grendel, Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, well, mine's the legend. Bit like the Anzac legend, only this is the Grendel legend.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, you're doing a book. What's it called? Beowulf versus Grendel?
Yeah, Beowulf and Grendel. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And so can you tell us a little bit about it as though we know nothing?
Well, it's an ancient, I don't know, an old Norse legend or Teutonic legend. I first read about it in this book here called The Teutonic Legends, Myths and Legends.
Right.
Is Alex in that book?
Alex? Yeah, he's in the back chapter. I haven't got to that bit yet. But, yeah, so Beowulf's the hero, and Grendel is the baddie, and so is his mother. So the story's about how Grendel gets upset, starts killing people in a Danish village. They were called Skildings back in those days. He wreaks havoc, and then they can't do anything about him because he's impervious to weapons. And so the word goes out around the countryside and reaches across the waters to the Geats, or the Gates, how they pronounce it. And Beowulf comes to the rescue. Basically, that's it.
Beowulf, he's half wolf, half Scott Baio.
Yeah, it's about as much as Wolfgang Bilsma.
Long career.
Half wolf.
Yeah. It's lucky he had a cool name. It might not have been quite so legendary if his name was like Nick or Michael, Billy.
That's right. You did.
Why do you have to Be so mean to Quick Nick up there.
Great name.
You're special to me, Nick.
Thanks, Nick is though, Wolf. Good at everything.
There you go, mate.
All right.
It's too late now.
Dave, can you describe Grendel to me? Like, what does he look like? Because a lot of people struggle to do this.
It's hard to describe, really. He's pretty well just a monster. He's, as far as I can make out, he's like a troll, I guess you might say. He's probably got animal features as well as human features.
So when you say troll, is he like on the internet all the time, just talking smack?
Yeah, he's one of them.
Knew it.
This is the Grendel I'm talking about.
I've done him as...
That's him with the Batman crossover.
All right.
You've got that fork weapon.
Yeah. Show us
Pretty
another
cool.
picture.
Pretty cool. And
yeah, awesome. He's got a really cool costume.
He does.
All right.
Half kabuki. Sometimes he wears a tux with it. It's pretty cool.
All right.
They're not hard to find. You can get back issues of that pretty cheap all the time.
Yeah, right. And it's been out for a while, has it?
That's
a
since
DC
84, I think.
Right, yeah. Well, that's a while then, yeah.
I was lucky enough to find the first ever issue for. Back when it was Comico.
All right.
All right, well, I've had a crack at Grendel based on everyone's explanation, so here we go.
Yeah, that's as good as you can get, mate.
I like the fact that he's trolling on the internet at the bottom.
Right. Yeah.
Although what kind of keyboard is it that there's like this big space in the middle?
One for his hand, mate.
Ergonomic.
That's a huge numpad.
2 numpads.
If you could just add purple hair on top, so you shake him up and his hair goes crazy, and then stick a pencil up his butt.
Oh, look at Rob Lyle as the art directing in the middle of the show. Just tell him, Carl, can you make it better?
I've got a hard-hitting question for Angie Spice. So Ms. Marvel basically has the powers of Ant-Man and Mr. Fantastic combined, what's called a polymorph. In the comics, they use it mostly where she stretches her legs or stretches her arms out to be massive. Angie,
I didn't even know that.
You've got the power to stretch either your arms or your legs. Which one do you choose, and how do you use that power?
I'd definitely say arms because you can grab hold of things. I don't know, reach for that top shelf in the grocery store. I don't know. The first thing that comes to mind.
Gonna make all the men useless.
You could reach for the fridge from the couch. That'd be pretty handy. Sure.
Just getting a hold of that top cupboard is a goal of mine. That'd be pretty sweet.
Getting hold of what did you say?
The top cupboard in my house.
Yeah.
It's not easy being 5 foot, man.
Now you could do that with stretchy legs though as well. You could stretch your whole body up because then you can see up there as well. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. What's that yellow thing sitting under him? Pencil, is it?
Yeah, it is.
So Angie, that's actually the flaw in your plan because if your arms stretch to the top shelf, you still can't see up on the top shelf. Whereas,
but I know what's up there.
Yeah, I guess. But
yeah, you got a point.
Just use a periscope if you want to look. Just put a periscope in front of your face, and then you can see.
Oh, and where do you just nick down to Bunnings and pick up a quick periscope?
Stretch your arm and grab one.
The one. Yes, you go to Bunnings. It's super easy to make a periscope. You just get a tube, cut little bits to it, and then mirrors on the top and bottom at a 45-degree angle. Boom! You have yourself a periscope.
45-degree angle. Okay. And the tube size, are we talking?
Whatever, however, depending on the shelf size. But to be safe, pick 23 meters.
Okay.
Just to be safe, so you got range. Although I don't know how you're going to get something 12 meters.
My ceiling's not 23 meters. My periscope is sitting sideways in my house because I followed your instructions.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have a cozy home. I thought 23 meters was like the minimum.
It was very telling. Your ceiling must be quite high. That top shelf is ridiculous.
Nah, it's not that high. It's only 32 meters, so not breaking records.
Okay. What about teenage heroes? Kamala Khan being a teenage hero. Who has a favorite teenage hero?
Corey Worthington.
Teenage hero. Corey Worthington.
Is that the guy that had a party or something years ago?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's a big
Oh, is that the one that went on a current affair? And then the lady's like, are you ashamed of yourself? Oh, he's a legend. He should organize my party. To organize my wedding.
Yeah,
Thanks to you, will be trending again. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. The power of ComX.
We'll start commenting soon. It's probably always trolling YouTube, desperate for someone to remember.
Hey, Sean.
G'day, Sean. How
Hey,
you
Sean.
going?
Yeah, I'm annoyed at that Corey Worthington because one day I found this cool pair of sunnies with white rim and I took a photo and I sent it to a friend thinking I look really cool. I look like, Kurt Cobain circa 1991. And he wrote back, "You look like Corey Worthington," and I had to Google who that was, and I was very annoyed. And I didn't buy the glasses.
And then you took them off straight away. Yeah.
So the manufacturer of those glasses must be just fuming.
Yeah.
Teenage heroes. Who's got one? Who's your
Man,
favorite?
teenager.
Oh, Turtle's good. We've got a. I think that must be Sizzle from tweeting from the toilet. He also said the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, more specifically Donatello, because he was the best.
Yes, Donnie all
He had a
day.
big stick. He had a stick, and I always picked him in the games. Did you, Peter?
It also works with my toilet joke because it's Donatello. Get it?
Oh,
No disrespect.
You're getting better.
Don't disrespect the turtles like that. What's going on?
Yeah, especially Donnie. Come on, be real.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like some things are sacred, Rob. Like,
Oh, Peter's gone. Peter, why are you interested in Donatello? I've heard from Alex. It's based on video game reach. What's your?
So do I like Donnie? I'm putting right
look
here.
at that.
What do you got? Oh, you got him there.
There we go.
Oh, he's more of a fan than I am. Then
Donnie's gonna watch
That's your
Why Donnie, Peter?
because it's cool that he's also, in lieu of being a teenage mutant ninja and a turtle, he's also a computer geek,
Oh,
that's right. Yeah, he's a nerd.
which gives him an edge over just being another ninja badass.
yeah.
I'll take it.
There was a thing on Twitter the other day, and I'm just trying to find it. Instead, I found a huge article about the tweet, but it's this really cool theory that someone had about the Ninja Turtles' weapons, and that Splinter gave them all their weapons for specific reasons. I'm trying to just paraphrase this article because it's really long, but basically it's like Raphael's size are traditionally a defensive weapon, and Raphael was very rage-filled and whatever. So rather than give him like a katanas or something, give him the more defensive weapon as opposed to a something. And then Michelangelo's was apparently the nunchucker is like quite complex to wrap your head around. And so he gave it to his goofiest, most distracted son in Michelangelo, forcing him to, concentrate and whatever. And then Donatello, was being that he was smart and had great ingenuity and whatever, gave him the simple bow staff because he would find ways to use that. Something reasons. And then gave arguably the most deadly weapon to Leonardo because he was the one who sort of showed the most, strong morals, leadership, all that sort of stuff. The one who could be trusted with that sort of lethal whatnot.
Yes, I look forward to keeping my girlfriend up all night as I recount that to her.
Rob, is this proper Kevin Eastman lore, or is it?
No, this is just.
oh my god!
Oh, look, Angie, getting to work here.
Oh.
Oh no.
Nice.
We've all, I'm just, we've all dreamt about choking out Alex from time to time. Especially Duncan Prenovicius. Duncan, if he's watching, I'm sure is giggling.
I don't think he jokes about that.
Oh, Bo's online. Hey, Bo.
Hey,
Hey,
Bo.
bro. How are
Oh
you,
yeah,
mate?
that, David was for you actually. The excellent.
Who's that?
Bo's saying your work is excellent.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Or the back of your
Appreciate
hand, I'm not sure.
Maybe that's it.
All right, someone give me a teenage hero.
What
do you got?
Yep, go.
Sheydin.
It's not related to comics. It's actually manga. Another manga reference. But someone who is very similar to this character that we're drawing tonight is Luffy from One Piece.
Okay.
He's 17 and he has very similar powers.
That's right. He's stretchy.
Yeah, he's made of rubber.
Can you give us a little, for those who have not read One Piece, give us a little...
Oh, I've only
something for
watched
the
a few
YouTubers to-
episodes. I'm not an expert. I just know the general story. Basically, it's pirates. Everybody knows more about One Piece than I do. Certainly jump in. But yeah, it's basically just pirates. They go on these wacky adventures trying to find the One Piece, which is basically, I think it's a treasure or a coin, if I'm correct. But yeah, that's pretty much the only character that kind of jumps to mind when you said teenage superhero.
Yeah, right.
I instantly went to manga. So.
But the Sailor Scouts were also teenagers.
Yep.
Okay. Sailor Moon. Oh, yeah, is that before your time, Sheydin?
Yeah, probably.
How do you not know Sailor Moon?
Wait, what?
Sailor Moon.
Oh, Sailor Moon, yeah.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I didn't know what you said. I
said Sailor Scouts because there's Sailor Moon, Sailor Jupiter,
Oh,
Sailor
okay,
Mars.
yeah.
So they're
I don't know
together.
the
They're Sailor Scouts.
Yeah, Sailor Moon, yeah. Sailor Moon, I definitely know.
But they're teenagers.
Yeah.
Or just like, Ranma Half as well. I don't know. But that might be, I think that kind of stayed in that. Did you watch, Chris? Did you know Ranma Half?
I think I know of it. Is that the one where the main character, did they change gender? Did they switch
yeah,
between being male?
but the story is not. They changed gender, but the thing is that, or the premise of it is this father and son. They go to China to practice anything goes martial arts, and they fall in these cursed lakes, and then whatever died in that cursed lake, that's what they change into if they get touched by cold water, and they need hot water to turn back to normal. And then all the other characters, all that appear later on, they all have some kind of a story why they fell into the cursed lake. So some of them turns into pigs, ducks, and other characters. But Ranma is just the only one that just transforms into a girl because he fell into a lake where a girl died. So then they play with that. Sorry?
Yeah, no, I know of it. I've never actually read or seen it, but I do know of that one.
It's very funny. It's like it's basically like if you like random Japanese stuff that is just randomly funny, like Fooly Cooly or something like that. That's pretty much the predecessor to it.
I do know of Fooly Cooly as well. I really want to watch the OVA. I haven't seen it. But I mean, when I was younger, read a lot of Clamp. So like Cardcaptor Sakura, Angelic Layer. I haven't read RG Vader. But I have got the full set of X 1999. Quite a few teenage characters in that, but that's quite a somber story. It's about the end of the world and a group of kids who essentially have to use their life force to protect the city, to protect Tokyo. And to kind of shield it, and every time the shield gets damaged too badly, one of the kids dies. Like it gets dark. It's very dark. But that was the kind of stuff. That was most of the manga that I read, and then I went back to sort of more Western comics like well, like Young Avengers or Runaways. Oh, they're teenage
Runaways.
superheroes.
Nice.
Nico Minoru is absolute favorite.
Yeah,
Love
she
that.
is wicked. One of my favorite
Literally.
characters of all time. Yeah. Did you ever
So
read
cool.
Avengers Arena? That was when members. There you
I
go.
don't think so.
Well,
Remind me
only
of that one?
because Nico's in it and she's awesome in it. It's where Arcade. Well, the twist at the end is that Arcade, the Spider-Man bad guy, basically created an island where all the lots of the young heroes had to battle it out and all kill each other to survive. And
Is that the one where she?
Yes, loses her arm.
Yeah. I think I've read a bit of it.
Yeah, Bumblebee,
Nice.
save me.
That's sick.
We've got a few like Night Thrasher from Peter Lang. Now, did Night Thrasher you use roller skates or a skateboard? I can't remember. Skateboard.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get a Sheydin Dew tie-in there, but then I thought I think it's actually a skateboard, not roller skate. Sheydin does No Man's Land with a bunch of roller skating bad girls. Is Spider-Man still a teenager? Oh, question for the room. Oh, controversial.
Well, Miles Morales is.
Yeah, but Peter Parker's in his 50s, isn't he, or 70s?
Something like that. But
is Tom Holland meant to be a teenager?
Yeah.
I don't know how freshmen
he's meant to be a teenager.
and all that work.
Just finished
How old
high
is a freshman?
Freshman's year 9. So
Is that
year
like?
9 is
Am I,
freshman, year 10.
No,
Yeah,
just,
in high school.
he's talking about college.
Well, if it's like in the US, it's like 4 years. It's the first one is freshman, then it's sophomore, then it's junior, and then it's senior. So that's for middle school, for middle high school, for high school, which is the last 4 years, and I'm guessing university as well.
get ready for some full-on ignorance. Is a freshman in America because they've just gone through puberty and they're basically a fresh man? Like I'm freshly a man. I have just become somewhat of an adult.
I'm sure they're going to change that terminology soon. Then.
Oh dear.
And one of the other is seniors.
That is the only
I don't know who's older, the freshmen or the seniors.
No, the freshman's the youngest. Sophomore's the second youngest. Junior's the second oldest. Sophomore, yeah, that's the second one, and then it's junior. Then it's junior, and then it's senior.
So
I went to high school in the US, right?
They're fresh men, and then realize they're not fully adults because they've still got some more softness. Anyway,
well, it happens for. Well, the thing is that they'll be fresh if you go for a full education. I think you'll be a freshman 3 times: first in middle school, second time in high school, and the third time in university. So it's kind of like you got 4 years going through. Although I don't know if you're first grader, you're also a freshman. So I don't know how that goes.
And so how old was the freshman Prince of Bel-Air?
He was freshman. He was just fresh.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. My job here. The New Mutants, who probably aren't in storyline teenagers anymore. I think they might still be, actually. Magic, another favorite teenage character.
I tell you, one that I remember. I've been thinking about it. Johnny Quest. Do you remember Johnny Quest?
Yeah.
I know the
I used to enjoy that animation. It was, I don't know if it was ever a comic, but it was an animation on TV.
There's been comic spin-offs.
They have? All right.
Yeah. Fact.
What about Dave? Did you
former vice president is in it?
Did you read things like Rawhide Kid?
What is political? I know, but
no. I read Tales of the Wells Fargo. That was an annual that came out.
I've got some Rawhide Kid.
It was a TV based on a TV show. The Avengers was another one.
Iron Man, Captain America, yeah.
No, the Steed and Mrs. Peel.
Yeah. Key and Peele. Yeah.
When I broke my ankles, for whatever reason, from about 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., they played a bunch of episodes of Avengers. And I thought it was just a weird morphine dream. It was pretty good.
Oh, there you go. Now we know how old Tom Holland is. He's 26.
Now,
Oh wow.
how old was he playing? How, like, do we know? Was he a fresh man? Or was he still... Who knows? All right, Nick, you know this guy, Darkhawk.
I don't know Darkhawk. Oh, this Nick. You're right.
Darkhawk.
I don't know much. I mean, I know what he looks like, but I can't think of... I know he has a cult following. Dude with the purple sort of wings and the red triangular...
Yeah. He's dark and a hawk.
Oh. Yeah, he's got eyes like a bat.
Oh.
Here's a good one. Ultimate Spidey. Has anyone read Ultimate Spider-Man? It is fruit-baggingly awesome. And then of course, leads into the Miles Morales of it all.
Yeah, I've read the Ultimate X-Men series, but I was never really a fan of Spider-Man, to be honest.
And that Ultimate Peter Parker is dead, isn't he? There it is. He's dead.
Well, when you think about it, is that a misnomer? Spider-Man when he's really a kid? It should be Spider-Kid, should it?
Spider-Teen Man. Spider-Fresh Man. There
should
be
Spider.
Yeah,
Spider-Fresh. Damn
it! Did anybody ever bring that up with Stan Lee? Start trouble?
Yeah, Spider-Freshman.
Too soon, Alex.
Too soon.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, there's a special place in the hell for me.
Yes. We all know that.
That's its leader. Welcome home.
Got to take over the Satan's role.
Satan's like, I don't want any trouble, Alex.
Anyway, let's not go down that road because many people will agree.
How about we talk to Nick May? Are you ready, Nick? May? That is
surely.
Let's do
Now
it.
it's that part of the show where we shine a big shiny spotlight on one of our creator friends. This week, we welcome
Name
and talk about their creative journey. Please, everybody, make some noise for
Name.
Yes, Nick May is our guest creator dude tonight, who we will chat to momentarily right now. Nick.
Yes, Robert.
I got to go because I've got to. I'm going to be on 60 Minutes. I'm their new interviewer. You can tell because look how good I am at this.
7:30's looking for a new anchor after Lee Sales just quit.
What time is that on?
Really? I got to apply.
What time's that on? Because I'm still trying to work out how long 60 Minutes goes for. All right.
Rob's killing it today.
And this is my.
And that was Nick May. Okay. Back to the show.
All right, Nick, take us all the way back. When did you start drawing? When did you realize you were good at it? Don't tell me that you're still not good at it because you're freaking amazing. That you're a self-deprecator. So no self-deprecating. Here we're going to the opposite of that.
Aggrandizement. Yes.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I've always drawn. So I was one of those kids who, for every birthday, you know, when you can't think of what to buy for somebody for their birthday, I would just get drawing pads and pens and pencils for every birthday, probably for the first 13 years of my life. My granddad used to have this little house in the hills outside of Melbourne that he built with his dad. And he had some comics there. He had old Heckle and Jekyll and Mighty Mouse comics and whatever. So I think I spent a lot of time trying to draw those sorts of characters. And I guess in primary school, a few people like to do drawing, and I developed this character called Cobra that was a cobra that had a bow in her fake hair, who had adventures with such characters as Spider-Fink, and that's the only one that I can remember. Apparently, I drew a comic once called Super Sam that I don't know if it was an homage to any other character, but allegedly my older brother annoyed me so much that to get back at him, I ripped it up and threw it in the bin.
That'll learn him.
Apparently he doesn't remember. I don't remember, but Mum remembers. And I think about 1981, I drew a series of comics called Captain Australia that was basically just ripping off all of the stuff John Byrne was doing in Captain America at about the same time. And then I guess I thought that I was going to be a cartoonist. And so I guess in my 20s, I was drawing something that was going to be the next big thing that was called Egg Nation, about a secret society of people who worshipped eggs. And that's probably when I met you, Rob. And that was probably around about the time that I realised that I probably wasn't going to be a cartoonist. I drew a few images of cows for the Victorian government for farmers in Shepparton, which I found them the other day when I was looking for something for Ed Kearsley, and I thought, my God, they paid me for that rubbish. But and then I think I sort of gave it away for a long time. I probably thought that I had to become a serious adult, and I felt like I didn't draw for a really long time. And then I got obsessed with Tintin, and I wanted to do stuff with Tintin. I wanted to make a version of probably the second best movie of all time. Back me up here, Roadhouse, starring Patrick Swayze, but in my version, I wanted all of the characters to be played by people in the Tintin universe. Suffice it to say, I think I did about 8 sketches for that and never did anything else with it. I found something else that I had been working on in homage to Tintin. And I was obsessed with Kevin McLeod from Grand Design, and I came up with a character called Dub Dub, and his real name is Walter Wall, so WW Dub Dub. And I had this great story about he had a friend who was a chef who couldn't make desserts, and he.
Is that 16 panels on a page?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Amazing.
And then, of course, like everything else I do, I forgot about that. And then I suddenly got obsessed with Italian sci-fi from the 60s, and I wanted to make a comic about that, about the future being 1984 in Italy. And I was going to make this comic called The Last Sentinel of Humanity. And that was something else. And I've made, I don't know, tons, and I've made lots of little things of that, and nothing ever came of that. And I was going to make a Star Wars book that was going to be called, amongst other things, Clasher Nova, because that's funny, because it's like Casanova, or Stellar Hostility, or Celestial Fisticuffs, apparently.
They're all cool names.
Something that I gave up on. And luckily, around about that time, I guess, Rob, you dragged me in and I actually finished something. So that was when Vamoose happened. and now because my neck's a bit stiff, I can never look back. So yeah. I think
rewind
that's
a
my
little bit. So you said we met and then you stopped drawing the next day or whatever. So we would have met in 92, and 97 I distinctly remember sitting down, and that's when you had a drawing board covered in pages and pages. Tell us about your process of just filling A4 sheets with ideas, hundreds of pages with ideas. Is that just like a brain dump or something? What are you doing there?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I like it. Nick, can you get that put onto a T-shirt for me?
Yeah,
yeah, and that's still how I do stuff, Rob. I think watching movies or reading something else, and then suddenly it's like, oh, I've got to draw something, and it used to be paper, and I would just draw as much as I could and try and come up with worlds and stories and characters and all of that sort of stuff. And now, for those people who are watching or who are drawing now who are of my vintage, I just can't draw on paper anymore. I always go to pinch and zoom, and I just think, oh, I can't see. So now I do that on my iPad. And so you sent me out like a template for a comic page, and I just divided that up into both 16 and 9 panels. And depending on how I'm feeling, I'll just start filling in panels. So it'll either be a story or it won't be a story, or I'll be watching an episode of Rage and music from the 70s or 80s will come on and all the characters will just be speaking lines from songs. But yeah, just
That's what that,
Is Rage still on?
I noticed how many lyrics are in your comics in Vamoose. Now I know.
Yeah, sadly. Yeah.
That's what
where does that, I forget, it may have even been Pete Wilson may have been the person who texted me and said that he loves the way your characters speak.
Yeah.
Where does the dialogue come from when the words they say? Like, you spake it and I will do it, or something to that effect. Or just like these crazy words. Where does that come from?
So with Vamoose, with Sputnik and Thunderguts, they were sort of my homage to both Sam and Max and Tintin and Haddock.
I love Sam and Max.
And it sort of, I don't know, that didn't quite work out. But I guess I've always been attracted to like stupid words, or not stupid, but silly words, silly names, all of that sort of stuff. And maybe some of that came from reading Thor when he was speaking in very Shakespearean ways, and just, you know, thinking about what silly words can you have people say rather than using normal words. So I guess, I guess that sort of comes out in Vamoose, and hopefully people can understand it. I don't know.
And what about, because you also studied illustrating of some sort, didn't you?
So at a certain stage of my life, I must have been about 21, 22, when I still thought that I wanted to be a cartoonist. I was super scared of doing anything on my own, and I convinced one of my best friends, who is now my sister-in-law, to do a cartooning course with me. So we signed up to a course at Box Hill TAFE, and it was being run by Neil Blandon. So I did a comic in that course, and then many, many years later, so 2002, I'd been working in a school, and I sort of thought that I wanted to do something else, and a TAFE was just starting up, a diploma of animation. So I applied for that and I got in, and of course Neil Blandon was a lecturer in the comic section there as well. So sort of whatever that was, 10 years in between drinks with Neil, and he was my teacher twice. And so I was in my 30s then, and I was studying with lots of people who were 18. That's exactly how it was. Except Rob was drawing a lot more stuff on my pages on my drawing board.
Yeah, I didn't have glasses then, or a beard. Yeah. I couldn't grow a beard then. Some would say I still can't. That's what I was. Old Mr.
I can't imagine you without a beard or glasses.
Well, you don't have to. I'm on the case.
Oh my God, it's taking me back. It's giving me PTSD.
Now, one of my favorite characters you've not mentioned, Paperface.
Yep.
Where's Paperface, and is he ever coming back?
I wouldn't have thought. So I've probably told this story before, but we had a supermarket in North Ringwood where I grew up, and it was called Tucker Bag. And there used to be ads on TV for this supermarket, and the character was a talking paper bag. And I had a lot of angst. I guess I was at uni and I was a shy person and whatever, and I would listen to people talk and they would fill me with rage, whether it was other students or whether it was people on buses or trains on the way there. So Paperface became my alter ego, I guess, in a way. Very accurate. But he has a chainsaw. Paperface became my way of dealing with things that annoyed me. And at uni, I made a Paperface cartoon on 16mm film, which cost me a fortune, where he went back in time to kill Shakespeare because I was annoyed at having to study Shakespeare at uni, and he left Jackie Collins novels behind as Shakespeare's legacy. But apparently that never caught on.
Is just the most incredible thing.
And of course, then I would go on to create Baghead. Because
can you tell a little bit about Baghead, Rob?
Baghead was basically what I took away from the Paperface cartoons that I really liked was that everything ended in violence. It was just this witty back and forth where one character was often agitated and then by the end would use his chainsaw to basically put a full stop on the conversation. And I loved that. And back then, I rather than create my own ideas, I was like, how much do I need to modify this to make it my own? So Baghead was born. Nick, your style, I think everyone in this room can pick your stuff from a mile away. Where does your style come from?
I guess like everybody, it's just a whole bunch of different inspirations. But I don't know, maybe at the moment, I got into looking at the work of a French cartoonist, Yves Chaland, or Yves Chaland, who I love his work. Unfortunately, Yves passed away at a young age when he was probably at the height of his powers. But he did a lot of stuff. He's probably the characters he's best known for, I think, is Freddie Lombard. And this guy just has a beautiful clear line, although he's not clear line. I think he's atomic style, whatever that is. I'm sure somebody can tell me. And that's sort of really influenced the way that I've been drawing probably for the last, I don't know, 4 years. But yeah, I don't know, Rob. Lots of years and years of reading comics and trying to copy other people's styles and at the moment, it is what it is, and it will probably continue to evolve.
Yeah, like, do you see glimpses of your old cartoons in your new cartoons? Like, you still draw ears the same way, or
no, no, lucky boy, Neil. Very lucky. So the other day when Ed Kearsley challenged everyone to show what they were drawing in the late 90s, and I said that I'd drawn Tintin as an X-Man. So I went looking for that, and I was looking at, like, I'd drawn him with a mechanical arm and he had gloves on, and I thought, oh my God, I've drawn the seams on the gloves and it looks fantastic, and all the shine on the metal arm. And I think I wouldn't bother putting in that much effort anymore.
Your stuff taught me a lot. You were huge on using big, thick exterior lines, and then like really thin fine liners for things like buckles and wrinkles and stuff. And
yeah, I used to buy those packs of fine liners that had all of the different size nibs, and I was right into that then. And I don't know. I felt really confident in drawing different line weights. And now I think drawing on the iPad, I'm really scared to combine like different brushes or whatever. So maybe I need to recapture a little bit of the fearlessness of youth. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's funny because so you would have had to used to like put the pen down, now pick up your fine liner. Now you've got every size nib at your fingertips, and you're like, nah, too hard. And here's your brother Dan saying, Nick once did my homework for primary school. We had to make a record cover. He drew Bob Hawke as Bananarama. It was Bananarama.
I don't remember that, Dan, but I hope you passed.
Yeah, and Dan, I think that might have been in high school in year 8. We had to, because I had to make a record cover as well. I did mine. Mine was the Crude Brood. That was my rap group with a buddy. All right. Well, I think that's our conversation with Nick. So everybody,
can you guys go for another 10 minutes?
we're not finishing the show just yet. In fact, let's finish it with a piece from Nick May. Here be his Ms. Marvel in her Danvers.
Nice.
That's nice.
I like
really sorry, Dave.
On her legs there.
That's the same one I'm doing, mate. Good on you.
Yes. When I saw what you were doing, Dave, I thought I've got to finish really quickly because I don't want it to be compared to yours. And that was all pretty much thanks to Angie.
I got impatient. Because I was all hyped up. I'm like, I haven't done drink and draw for so long, so I just drew her. But I love the original design so much more. But I love the retro style. So yeah.
Well, take me away.
What are we using here, Dave?
Same as last time. I've got the watercolor pencils. Just putting a bit of fresh water in there to blend them. Of course, I'm doing it all in a bit of a hurry, but if I've got time, might do a bit more shading at different spots with some other colours.
Would you sell these pieces, Dave?
No.
If someone asked you, could I buy it?
Oh yeah. Too right. They're not precious. They're just sitting on a shelf or going in the drawer. They're not going.
All
getting
proceeds
framed.
go to putting some extra feed in Dinky's slot bucket.
So would I be correct to say, Dave, that like you wouldn't be bothered going to the effort of marketing and selling, but if somebody wants to buy your drawings, you'd be happy to sell?
Yeah.
There you go. So if anybody's interested in Dave's drawings, hit him up and offer him some cash.
Yeah, well, they're no good to me. Once I've done them, they just sit up there doing nothing. I don't do anything with them.
Well, you heard it here first. Get some one-off Dave Dye action. I can see Pete's trying to take photos of the screen so he can just print it out.
Yeah. Well, that's right. I'm on camera. Oh well.
I've just got to download some pictures if you guys want to just talk amongst yourself for a hot minute.
Oh, it's downloading pictures. So, which sites are you on? Are you on Dude Hub?
Did you know that Google Images was created after Jennifer Lopez wore that dress with the big cut down the middle thingy?
The Versace, the green one.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one that Trey Parker wore at the Oscars?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer Lopez looked a little bit better though.
So what are you saying? She wore that dress when Google Images became a thing.
Well, yeah, because at that point it was just Google, and then I'm just extrapolating this from the 2 seconds of the documentary I saw last night.
What documentary?
There was so many searches for Jennifer Lopez dress, Jennifer Lopez photo, whatever, that they created the images tab so that you could go to images and type Jennifer Lopez dress, and it would only show photos.
Wow.
Know what I mean?
It's pretty cool.
Oh.
It's not as cool as the Kitty tip you gave 2 weeks ago about the marketing for Hello Kitty. I've been telling everyone that. Everyone thinks I'm so clever and insightful.
What you talking about?
You were telling us last time that Hello Kitty, they don't advertise Hello Kitty. They just... You told me that. Surely that was...
Turns out it's not true.
Don't believe everything you hear on the internet. Particularly the things that I say on the internet.
Especially that leave Rob's mouth.
Yeah. We've got a piece from... we've got 2 pieces, actually, from Tony Davo Davidson.
Hey. Okay, Davo.
Nice.
Nice work, Davo. And then we went for 2 for the price of 1.
Wow. He's doing a lot of art, a lot of
Yeah,
great
he
stuff.
is.
Yeah, good one, Davo.
Very prolific online.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, huh?
Yeah, he's killing it. And then a piece from Dan May.
Oh, good one, Dan.
Ripper, Dan.
Oh, nice.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, great shadows. The scarves, the scarf stuff looks really great. I didn't think to decorate mine. Here's mine. Oh,
nice.
Yeah, cool, man.
Embiggen.
Oh, nice.
Embiggen.
He's got a yellow stripe.
I don't think she's that dark. So I used some of the photo references, and they didn't use.
I don't know. There was a big brouhaha about her not being dark enough in some people's comics. So who knows? I just picked the color I thought was right.
Yeah, in the comics she's a shade darker, isn't she?
Is she? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back to the
I used the live action version reference, but because she's a totally cartoon, probably people won't. I apologize in advance in case my. I try to be good.
I use the actress from the TV series as my reference, so you're not alone.
Oh, good.
I use Nick May for reference.
Yeah.
If you see very closely,
nice.
He's trying to zoom in on his page.
I like it.
Pinch, yeah.
Have you tried to hit Control-Z yet? Have you tried to hit undo?
Undo on the page.
I do that all the time.
Everything's iPad, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
I don't even
iPad.
know how to use a computer.
So Nick, was the iPad your gateway to digital art, or did you do other digital art before iPad?
I had, when I did the diploma of animation, I borrowed somebody's laptop and I drew one of the all-time great Arnold Schwarzenegger parody animations, which can be found on Nick May 69 on YouTube. It's called The Impotence of Benign Earnest, and I drew it entirely with a mouse, which freaks me out now, using, what did Animate used to be called? Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anybody who wants to see some of my old animations, just head to my defunct YouTube site.
That name again.
Oh, I want to see him.
Yeah.
Nick May 69. And that's because I was born in 69, not for any various reason.
No, I know that you're exactly 10 years older than me.
There you go. And exactly 10 years younger than Dave.
There you go.
What month were you born, mate?
September.
Oh, I'm in March.
Yeah, I would have thought May.
Yeah, I was born in May.
He's a shocker. Mate, actually, Spedsy, your material's getting better.
What?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
What does that mean, Dave?
That mean, well, it's pretty bad. He started off low. He's getting there. Good on
Down
you.
less slow.
I loved last week or the week before or whatever it was when you warned whoever was the new person on the show. You were like saying, "Sorry, you've got to just deal with Rob and his sense of humor."
I think that was Queenie, was it?
Yes, it was.
So, Rob, did you get my
I
message?
got it.
Oh,
I
good.
got it.
Cool. No worries, because I usually I have to do Discord. So anyway, so I can finally talk. So
Yay, everyone says.
And that's the end of the show. Push the button.
I've got some more art. You want to see? Check this out. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bloody hell.
Master of the colors.
That is beautiful.
Nice.
It really is.
That's insane.
Very nice.
Did you, by any chance, get the other email that I sent you?
Do you do what Nick May does and send me a second email that says use this one?
No. I did too. So I actually originally sketched it, which I don't usually do. And then I was kind of like twiddling my thumbs for a while, and I was like, well, maybe I should just color it digitally. So there's 2 images if you guys want to see. Like,
Oh yeah, wait, yeah, I got it.
Sorry, Rob.
No, that's all right.
It was a bit of an afterthought. I was like, well, maybe they want to see my sketchbook. Maybe I don't
That's
know.
it. Keep your
Oh
money's
hell
tight.
yeah!
I just
That's a
also
ripper.
really liked the fanny pack. I'm not sure what. It must be early on in the comic, but I was just like, oh my god, that's sick. I want to keep it.
That's right.
I just realised that we call them bum bags here. Fanny pack just is in Australia.
That's just
Like I've heard that term. Like lots of wrestlers wear fanny packs and call them, and I dipped into me fanny pack. It's like, yeah, all right. Yeah.
I did like a Google search with bum bag, and it didn't come up with as much. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll do American typing.
Yeah.
And it came up.
Just don't do bum fanny because then.
Oh God.
No, Chris, my jokes are getting better. Haven't you heard?
Dave, you've created a monster.
All right, have a look at
Stop encouraging him.
Sheydin's original sketch.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Cool. That's good.
Cool.
So good.
So what, you scanned it in or took a photo of it or just...
Scan.
Sheydin, how did you...
I took a photo and then sent it to myself and then popped it into Procreate, and I was just like, I'll just color it.
Yeah, awesome.
Wow.
That is
Yeah.
Yeah, so just a quick shout out to Sheydin's TikTok. So if you guys want to see how she draws, she films herself, and make sure you guys get onto it, all you younglings.
Thanks, Alex.
What's TikTok?
Yeah, I'm pretty new to TikTok. I've been actually doing a whole heap of video content on like vlogs, like sketching around Adelaide. It's very like girl aesthetic. It's very calming. So
That's a really cool behind the scenes. So if you want to see how, the secret sauce behind Sheydin's drawings, just make sure you.
sauce. I like that. Can I take that from you, Alex?
It's yours because I'm pretty sure
Sauce.
I stole it from someone as well. So
You should
I
put them
love
on
that. That's
YouTube.
Ronald McDonald.
Get a YouTube channel, then I can watch them because I don't get TikTok, but I do get YouTube.
I do have a few videos on YouTube. Not so much about digital art,
Sheydin
but kind
69.
of yeah.
Not because
No, it's
because
kind
he
of the
was
same
born-
name, Shaded Art. But it's like
Right,
mainly
right.
like the utensils that I use. I can't remember. I think the last video I uploaded was at least a year ago. I should bump it up a little bit more, but I've just been out of time to do it. But yeah, if you are interested, there's something else to
I'll
look
have
at.
a look. Track it down.
actually, Dave, you should get on TikTok. I reckon you'd love it.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I ain't got time to do that bloody stuff. Look, Facebook's
You
kicking
don't
me
need
off.
time. You need 10 minutes of your life every day.
Yeah.
and then you
Oh,
can
and
get
see,
like
it
a
looks thick outlines. You got it. There's always a second hidden reference there with quick.
Oh
See
yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
thick outline.
Thick
in-
outlines.
Great.
In line. Very good.
Hey, Chris, do you want to? Where you at? You want to show us a little something?
Yeah, I can. I'm picking me to follow that up. But
Whoa.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Oh,
That
nice.
is brilliant, Chris.
that's so
Yeah,
good.
really good.
Be nice to see it when it's finished, but yeah, it's
You
looking
made a
really
gun
good.
out of her little gem powers there.
I just wanted to. I didn't really have a particular shape in mind, but I just really like the kind of crystalline look that her powers have in the TV series. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they did that so that she wasn't Reed Richards Ant-Man type deal.
Yeah, I imagine they did it specifically so that they didn't have her stretching. I imagine
She's
that would also
her-
be quite difficult.
Yeah,
Is that a Z she's got on her front of the costume or what?
it's just a stripe. That's Alex.
Yeah, she's not a Russian army.
That's what I was going to say. She's not backing them, is she?
But it's
Not
it's
She's
backing
the
not,
it's the
she's not
Miss,
backing them.
but it's the Miss Marvel stripe from her black
Yeah.
uniform.
Yeah, look.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
No,
okay.
hang on. Where's my
Yeah,
where's
we
my
need a.
Avengers books?
Look at Angie Spice's picture that
Yeah.
she put up.
Oh, hang on. Here.
So it looks like Miss Marvel is going to be ruined just
That
like
one.
Charlie Chaplin, his mustache.
See?
Yeah, it's
I'm pretty
her-
sure it's a reference to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a scribble
her
sort of thing, isn't it?
Warbird outfit.
Yeah,
It's like a lightning bolt or something, is it?
Just a stripe.
great. These
Okay.
are all now out of order.
Always trying to read something into these things, and it's just a simple stripe.
No, it is a lightning bolt. I'm just hanging crap on Alex.
Yeah, why
Surely
not?
not.
Let's all do that.
Hey,
Nice.
Well, it's got to be, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, it is 3 stripes, perhaps. Angie, did you want to show us a little something?
Yeah, I just did what I felt like tonight, so I just
Ah.
did that.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Kind of,
Wow.
yeah.
Awesome.
Shiny.
Spit out the textures
Holy
and
moly.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
ripper.
That's amazing.
Fantastic.
yeah.
I like
Right,
the big
work.
angular hair. It's really cool.
Mm.
What do you do with these when, like, would you sell your stuff to Angie if someone was to ever reach out?
Yeah, something like this for sure. But like with my original work, like for my comics, I want to hang on to that until it's worth a bit more, so I can
Yeah, yeah,
make a bit
That's
more
the
money
spirit.
out of it. Yeah.
yeah, awesome.
Well, you know what they say, Ange, you got to wait till you die before you really make some money out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
So don't do that. Don't wait that long.
I think I'd just rather like have it as a collection, rather than just sell a page here and there. I think it's more valuable
Oh,
to keep
yeah.
it together. Yeah.
Mm. Well, it's
Hey, I
that
just
time
want
of
to show
night.
you. This is what I use for reference.
Cool.
My mannequin.
Nice. Wow, it is amazing how close you get it to that.
Yeah. Cool.
It's sort of
Nice,
like that. Yeah, just sitting on me.
I was so inspired by your those guys that I bought my own ones, and they're still in the packet. I got 2 of them, pulled one out, and I could not get it to pose properly. I like to throw money at problems and then just realize, that wasn't the problem. I just can't draw as good as I want. That wasn't meant to be. Everybody won't believe it.
Just keep doing it, mate. The more you do it, the better you get, like anything.
Nah, I'd rather just give up.
That's the spirit. If you want to draw stuff from draw actual stuff instead of just stuff out of your head all the time, is what I'm saying. Because you can already draw great cartoons and comics and stuff. But I'm just saying, if you want to practice drawing actual objects, you just got to keep practicing, of course.
Well, it's that time of the night where we take a look at animation by Alex Major. I nearly said Alex Panasavage, which is a guy I went to high school with, whose name I have not said out loud in 25 years.
I thought that was
I nearly just said his name.
I thought that was a combination of me and Duncan.
So without further ado, let's take a look and see which Australian character may pop out of this animation.
I wonder if anybody recognizes her.
Where's Richard? Who we got there?
That's from
There you go. Dave remembers.
Who is it?
Neil's from Platinum Grit, who was like in the 90s, if you're like an indie Aussie comics fan, like
nice one.
She was it. Her and I forgot her little cap wearing friend. But anyways, like the artist Trudy Cooper, an amazing artist.
Yeah.
She has like a comic strip still coming out called Oglaf. And that's still currently running online. So I strongly recommend finding that. It's like a raunchy fantasy comic. But yeah, so I don't think we'll be able to get her on the show, but if somebody can convince her, that'll be great.
Yeah, I actually tried reaching out to her last year, but I couldn't get a hold of her.
Yeah, she's not very much keen like that. Like I remember she was more not just making comics rather than hanging out with comic people.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good, Alex. That very good animation, mate. Well, she's reaching into the portal, is she?
Yeah, I don't know. She's stretching. She's getting small and stretching her arms because that was like the two things.
Yeah, but we've learned tonight she should be stretching her legs because then she can see where she's reaching. Just something for the people at home to think about if it ever comes up.
But yes, forgot to draw her periscope that she just made.
Yeah,
the periscope for 45 degrees.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about ourselves for a second. Let's do this thing.
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment Shameless Self-Promotion.
Yeah, so this show is brought to you by comx.net.au, but more importantly, comx.shop, where you can get books from lots of Aussie indie people. Right now, Sizzle is under the weather, but he is still at the ready to take your orders in maximum somethings. So
does that make him above something because he's under the weather, but he's above something, so he can still take yours? I don't know. So I'm working out material right now.
Yeah,
I think it's with me, Rob. We're just going to bounce off forwards and backwards, and we're just going to come up with something funny eventually.
Make him stop, Chris.
Be quiet.
And
it's enough.
And I'm being micromanaged actually in the background by the said Sizzle.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right.
Hey.
Yo.
Peters. Where's Peters?
I dropped the ball. I always manage to forget someone every episode.
Come on, Pete.
That's fine. I was just waiting.
You would have been waiting a while.
No, I wasn't. I forgot to.
There you
go. Wicked.
Nice. Is she getting beer or something?
It's a selfie.
It's a selfie.
A selfie. I'm sorry.
I don't know anything about teenage girls, but they like selfies, right?
Selfies and beer.
That's all.
You're on top of some sort of monster she's slain.
Nice.
Good one, Pete.
Excellent, Pete.
Well done.
For half a second, I kind of wanted, like the old video games where you would go out one screen and it would come in the other side.
Oh yeah.
So it's going
all those video games. That's like Pac-Man or Asteroids.
Yeah. But back to talking about myself. So guess what? I followed Angie and Kayleen Harris and everybody and tried to do a Webtoons. So I am on Webtoons at Spedsy.
No way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's not amazing. Don't get too
Oh,
excited.
sweet.
It's no Rhapsody. It's just a joke about butts. And you can find me on all social medias at Spedsy. Quick.
I'm gonna trade up my spot tonight just so we can all appreciate this picture that I've done.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the mannequin spot.
You can get my stuff at detectivebudgie.com or at the ComX shop. Thank you. Who's next?
Awesome.
You can find all my work at my website under www.sheydinart.com. I'm also on TikTok, as Alex said, and I'm also on YouTube under the same names. Other than that, you can always find me on Instagram. I'm pretty active on there as well.
Nice.
All right. So I'm going to talk about other people's comics. Firstly, I went to a book launch a couple of weeks ago for this thing called Pieces.
Oh, yeah. Tim McEwen's book with his son.
It's great.
Yeah, a lot of people in it. So a lot of people from a lot of countries. So
It's an anthology, is it?
Yeah, it's anthology, but what it is, I think they were going for a world record. So they had like this thing. So they try to get people. So I'm being represented in Australia because I have one of those passports. Poland, because I speak that, and then China because we all know I'm Chinese, and also, but no Hungarians. So I actually did complain to him in Polish to say there's no Hungarians in there, and then he laughed and moved on. Didn't talk to me. And then while I was at the comics, I just randomly picked up this comic in the Australian section, and there was just one Australian book in that Australian section, so I don't know why, but this one called Death Candy. So if anybody knows who's in this one, it looks very angry looking, but it's an Aussie book. I wanted to give it a shout out because I found it. So I don't know if it's old or new, but the Japanese is comic according to Japanese people.
Creator, mate.
Let's look it in there. I did look at it.
He goes by Spooky Doom on Instagram.
Sorry?
He goes by Spooky Doom on Instagram.
Yeah, Spooky Doom, but there's like it looks like there's got a bunch of people. It's like an anthology with a lot of people in it. So, anyways, I thought it was a neat looking book. It's actually very nice looking. So if you like indie books, and I thought for $10 was a good bargain as well.
How many pages?
78. 78
Oh, that's
pages.
pretty good for $10.
So 78
Colour or
pages.
Black and white.
Black and white.
Still excellent. Fantastic value.
Staples or just folded?
US comic size or magazine size?
It's a US comic size. Do you guys want to know what else about the ISBN number is 978-646. The paper stock, I think the cover is 90 GSM, and the interior pages are at 80 GSM.
Right.
But anyway, it's called Death Candy, and the Japanese writing in it seems to be correct. So, according to Japanese people in my house, and then so that's other people's stuff, and then on my end, just find me on Sloppy Bunny Tunes on Instagram, TikTok, and Webtoons. I'm on Webtoons too. So.
Oh, nice.
So move on. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, my Webtoons is too sporadic, but anyway, support it. Good, Chris, you talk.
I'm just want to say happy Saturday to everybody. Good morning. Sorry.
Why, Mr. Fantastic? He can go fuck himself. I mean, sorry. He punched me.
It's a thing.
Oh, where can we find you, Chris?
I'm on Instagram at crispy.inks. You can also find my stuff with NSK and ComX and Sigmet Studio. I work with both of those people. I've got a couple of projects coming out soon that I can't say anything about because I'm under orders not to. But they're coming soon. I'm also about to start work on the next Wolf Cubs with Sigmet Studio. Yeah, and a couple of other projects of my own that might pop up sometime in the future. But
is that new Instagram? Did you say Crispy Inks? You used to be
Crispy. Yeah, that one was from when I was a teenager. That was a username that I've had for
a fresh man. You say?
Yes, indeed. But yeah, crispy.inks. I figured it was time for something that sounded slightly more professional.
Yeah. Well, you should have a word to Cherno Bill down here. And who? Oh, Nick May 69. I can't remember what.
Yep.
Nice.
Angie, where can we find you?
You can find me anywhere online. Just type in Angie Spice or Angie Spice Art. I post updates on Instagram. I have a Patreon account, which I post to mainly. So that's patreon.com/Angie Spice. So you can see early episodes from my webtoon. My webtoon is called Hobart Rhapsody, but that's actually on hiatus right now for anyone who reads it there. So it'll be returning in about a few weeks. That's about it.
Ooh. Awesome. Mr. Foes?
Yo, I haven't got too much in the pipeline, doing a lot of stuff for ComX. Been writing a lot of different Foes scripts, which I'm hoping to get out there. I'm hoping to be on Spooky Doom issue 2, so thanks for throwing that out there, Alec.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're going to be in this one, this comic?
Yeah. I'm doing a particularly dark Foes story for that one, so that should be fun.
All right.
Oh, so you know the guys. Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Oh, okay, cool.
Color or black and white?
Black and white, all the way.
Comic size or magazine size?
That's up to him.
Awesome.
I just do the art, you know.
Yeah.
And let the little people sort out the rest.
Oh, actually, do you want me to give you the name list of all the people in it? There's Spooky Doom, Tim Burton, Damien Connolly, Craig Bruin, Travis Williamson, Chupsy, Edward Bentley, Daniel Erie, Richard Barker, Senka, Richard Willie, Arak Nabunny, Couch Coward, and Spare Flesh. Happy, Dave?
Right, thanks, mate.
Dave's satisfied. That's all that matters to me.
I've got to go to work now because it's morning.
Yeah. I got to get up first thing Monday morning.
Take the kids to football, yeah.
But you can find my stuff, ComX store, on my Instagram. It's the same name at the bottom here. By Peter Wilson.
Right.
Amazing Tales 5.
Yes.
Is it in?
Here
Is it up yet? Can we get it?
Yeah, it's there. It's up and going. So it's available for sale. You can buy it now on Owner Indie. I haven't got it in the ComX shop, but so that's available now. $8, I think, on Owner Indie. Plus
Hell
postage. Black and white throughout. Oh, a bit of colour in the middle. That's right. Colour in the middle.
Nice.
What kind of paper stock are you using?
Cheapest I can find. Also, I'm working on, still working on my Beowulf and Grendel. So this is a page I'm just working on today, struggling with doing an underwater scene. Getting the lines right.
Is that when you curse the writer, Dave?
Yeah, bloody right. I fancy doing that. So yeah,
I think I can hear somebody's cat.
So yeah, that's it.
Oh, did I see a boob? There was a boob.
There were quite a few there. Like, did you miss those?
Yeah, I don't know what I was looking at.
Grendel boobs.
Yeah.
Barrel.
Well, a little bit of wouldn't be one of Amazing Tales if it didn't have a little bit of nudity in it. Yeah, and that's it from.
Did they notice?
No.
Like, yeah, both of them weren't watching.
Oh my god, that's
Okay, you guys watch it. Now, Pay attention
Okay.
while Nick throws it back up on the screen.
Whoa!
They missed it. It's gone forever.
Oh, there it is.
Too quick.
Nice. It's not a clutch.
Stick burn.
Stick burn, you've both got a hat on.
Losers.
In your face.
Okay. I've allegedly got a story coming. Oh, it's out, I believe, from Silver Fox Comics. Zombie Basketballer. I believe it had a grand launch at Supernova or whatever. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in print. Also, 3 issues of The Moose I'm in, so get them from Rob at Psycho Janitor or maybe at the ComX shop, but make sure you ask for the Nick May covers. Again, I'm edging ever closer to having sold 8 million. I have a feeling that I'm up to 3. So just a
Only
few more.
7 million and a bit to go.
Yeah, no, it's very close. Ed Kearsley has threatened to beat me up if I don't start drawing Roller Cop 2000. So that will become a thing probably in 30 or 40 years. And you can see some of my noodling on Instagram at Chernobyl, not spelt how you might think. And that's me.
Super helpful. So they're just like, all right, well, so I think it's spelled this way. So that's not it.
Test all of the combinations and permutations. I'm all about learning.
I didn't realize that all we had to do to get a new comic out of you was to threaten you with violence. So I'll also beat you up. If we don't
it's just the way that Ed communicates. I find it very intimidating.
Get Ed to do it.
You might not ever see me again, actually.
Do a photo comic for Ed.
Well, that's our show. So, Alex, quickly, what should people do?
Oh, remember, everybody, like the video. Even if you didn't, just click like because it helps us out and you're helping other people out and you're not spending money. And then next, you need to subscribe. And then we didn't put a GIF for it, but you need to ring a bell. So I need to make that GIF. Everybody needs to.
That'd be good.
Yeah, people need to ring their bell because otherwise you don't reminded by it. And then also you need to share it as well. And then also after this, it finishes, push play again. And then you don't need to be by a computer. It just needs to play. So that way we get a couple of more views.
Yeah.
I don't think that works. I tried it the other day and it didn't. The counter didn't go up by 1.
Didn't it?
No.
Oh, sugar. Oh, well, if anybody else wasted their time, my bad. But,
there's only a finite amount of hours in our lives, and you just made a whole bunch of people waste some of them. So.
Well, you didn't have to watch it that many times. The concept was that you just get the cheapest computer you have at home that you don't use and just have YouTube running on loop. Just have this thing running on loop, and then that way we get the views and the counts. And it's not about just those views that counts. It's just that it makes our videos seem more interesting, and then YouTube thinks it's interesting and then passes it on.
Yeah.
And that's how algorithms don't work.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Get well soon to Sizzle.
Yes. Sizzle, get better, Sizzle. We all wishing you a speedy recovery.
Chris here's wondering if a dislike counts. Fortunately, YouTube removed your dislike totals, so dislike all you want. And
actually, the dislike is also considered engagement. So if you don't like something, ignoring it is the best way to do it if you don't like them. Because even if you dislike it or leave a message telling them they suck, the algorithm sees you engaging with it and it's going to keep pushing it. That's how my TikTok got big.
Oh, right.
By people hating on it.
This is like 50-something episodes of like nice thumbs in the middle type material. So we need a third option because we ain't thumbs down, but I'm not sure we're thumbs up either. We're somewhere in this, maybe a little bit of a... All right, anyway, that's our show. Thanks so much for watching. We will catch you when we catch you. Hopefully someone else will be in this seat next to me. Until then, Say your vitamins and eat your prayers.
The show has
Alrighty.
died.
Peace.
It is dead. But in 1 week, like a phoenix, it will rise again. So stop the crying at once. Instead, head to ComX.shop and dry your tears on a copy of Amazing Tales by Dave Dye. The Devil's Toilet by Spedsy. ComX Presents featuring Ed Kearsley, Tony Menzie, Duncan Pranavicius, Peter Wilson, Lee Chalker, Zach George, and so much more. The list is longer than this outro. See you next Friday for more drinking and drawing. Alright Sizzle, press the button. Sizzle. Don't make me come over there and butter your crumpet. Sizzle, doink the thing. I shouldn't have to scold you like this in front of your